up, slept on me, trying to eat with vultures. Y'all look frail, let me feed the culture. Can't get full of the lead and coke, huh? Still sober? Y'all OD, follow me. With a ring, follow me. King, yeah, I know the king. Martin Luther King. You ain't really on the throne, boy, you in a dream. Wake up, y'all don't want it. Down to the white, I better put Marlo on it. And let's soon Chico Malo, homie. And if I'm scared, I guess I don't know it. Cause I'm still going still right where the heat at. And where I ain't supposed to be, that's where I be at. And I spit that shit back. Listen to the truth while the sky crack and the Lord gets back. Or somebody wants to get back and they click clack, leave your bit back, thinking I just intact. Never left, but I've been back. Cross on my bit neck and I don't rap gospel, I live that. But I'm nothing but a gimmick. You see me in a club, funny, you was in it. Skip a cosign, shout out to the homie Kendrick. And all I hear is crickets when I run into the critics. Oh well, show tells me a lot when they tell me to rock. Keep my eyebrows raised, smell what I'm cooking. And the sales may drop, yeah, the mail may stop. But they ask for the truth, yeah, I'ma do it. They like, how you do that now? Sound kinda nice, boy, who that down? Is everything real good, true and fair? But you probably wouldn't listen if you knew that down. If you knew that down.
Crawford's a hell of a fighter, you know, as he proved with Spence. But Teo thinks that he can handle him. I'm not going to get in the ring with Crawford. Teo would.
The heart beats just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can.
It's the one only goes with the shadow in the front. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, woo. Exciting night today. Exciting night today, bro. Hey, listen, bro. Want to talk about something real quick. I am going to be watching the fight, but bro, I had to go live, bro, because you know, I feel like I need to address something just real quick. For once, I'm not going to check my audio. I'm a HOD. Just tell me, is the audio good? That's all I need to know. I don't want to be checking it today. How do I sound? Good? Just let me know if I sound good, bro. I know there's a delay, so I'm going to wait for you to answer. It's like a 15-second delay. Just tell me if the audio all good. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Hey, listen. So thank y'all. Thank you for the small amount of people that are here. Listen, there's one thing I want to talk about. As you know, today, Teofimo Lopez will be facing off against Jermaine Ortiz. As my prediction, you know, the more that I've been looking into it, I think he's going to knock him out. Now, I wasn't saying that before. But after the live that I had yesterday and HOD was on the panel and we were on the panel and we looked at who he fought last, and that was the guy that Devin Haney knocked out like when he was at 135, and he went the decision with that guy, and he gassed out when he fought Loma, and he gasses out in other fights, and people are saying that he looked weight drained. So I take all that into account, and I also take into account all the shit talking that Teo does, which he always does unusual. His back is against the wall. I predict a knockout, bro. Who's Frankie Ruiz? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Come on, HLD. Don't be fucking with me right now, bro. Who the hell is now you gonna make me look who the fuck Frankie Ruiz is, bro? All right, so listen, I wanted to talk about let me make sure real quick because now you got me thinking. Okay, so look, you know, listen, I want to make something clear. Because I think there's a misconception about what's going on in this YouTube community, man. The YTBC, by the way, when people, you know why? I'm talking about just the boxing section of YouTube. There's something that I realized that I think something that needs to be explained, man. And when people ask for fights, bro, when people ask for fights, I don't think that's being a fanboy, bro, because the one thing I'm noticing, bro, and I don't know, and like I said, I don't know if it's just the whole shit with Teofimo. I don't know if it's just the shit with him. It very well could be just because it's him. But it's kind of crazy because this is not the first time. This is not the first time that Bob Arum has been on record confirming this shit. Now, listen, I know he's his promoter. But at the same time, Bob Arum don't give a fuck. Let's make that clear. Bob Arum does not care. Okay, you heard what he said when Crawford was at Top Rank. When Crawford was at Top Rank, you heard the shit that Bob Arum said. He did not hold his tongue. He said, "Oh, I could build a mansion in Beverly Hills with the money I've wasted on him." So he doesn't hold his tongue for nobody, bro. And I'm just saying that because it's kind of just weird, because this is not the first time that Bob Arum has come out and said, "Look, bro, y'all think T.O.'s playing. He's not. He's not playing." And I don't know why people think that, but it's kind of weird, because I think people have a misconception about when people say they want to see T.O. fight these people. Like, I'm watching people say, "Man, you know, it's kind of crazy, man. These guys are fanboys because they want to see him fight Crawford. They're fanboys. Why are we fanboy? Yeah, I'm a fan of boxing, bro. I'm a fan of boxing. Okay, I want to see him fight everybody. That doesn't matter. I'm not even saying whether listen. Let me make it clear. T.O. versus Terrence Bud Carwford is a very dangerous fight, bro. Very dangerous fight. Crawford would definitely be the favorite in that fight. Very well may lose. That's what makes it exciting. Am I right or wrong? I mean, that's what makes it exciting. I don't understand why people think that it's fanboying to ask for fights. It's not. We are fans of the sport. Now, and this is what another thing that really doesn't get me is, like, if you don't like Teofimo Lopez, right? Then somebody saying they want to see him fight Crawford, you benefit from that. You need to understand that you benefit from that. Because if he loses, then you're like, "Oh, look, T.O. lost," and you could go on your whole little T.O. hate parade or whatever. It is what it is, right? I think everybody wins. I think everybody wins in that situation. We've gotten to a point in boxing. And it's not just T.O., by the way. I'm noticing it's with a lot of fighters, bro. Tank, Crawford, Tyson Fury, just crazy amount of fighters, bro, where we've gotten to a point where we think because a fighter has accomplished something, right? That they always get credit for what they've done, bro. They have accomplished it. You know what I mean? But it's like we've gotten to a point that just because somebody has accomplished something, he gets a pass on not fighting somebody. No. And I think people don't understand how they sound, I think, sometimes when they're talking about this shit. Because I'm literally watching, and I'm not going to go into specifically who, because I don't think it's important, because what I am going to say is that it was a handful. It's a handful. And I'm hearing people say things like this, like, these Teofimo fans, bro, these guys are fanboys because they want to see him versus Crawford. Why is that? That is not fanboying, bro. Us wanting to see him fight somebody else or whatever, I want to see all these fights, right? And like, if he fights Crawford, bro, that's a very dangerous fight. T.O. may very well lose that fight. You know what I mean? I think y'all definition of fanboy must got the shit all fucked up. You know what I mean? I am definitely a fan of Teofimo Lopez. But if he loses tonight, he loses, bro. I don't like y'all think because people ask for fights, that's fan. Bro, listen, if that's the case, then you fucking right, I'm a fanboy. I'm a huge fanboy then. If asking for fights if that's your definition of it, yeah. I mean, we've gotten to a point where people say they want to see this guy versus Tank, and you got people like, Tank will kill him. There's no point. What? What you mean? Like, what? No. Okay. Well, I want to see it. I too believe, I came out openly and said, I think that Tank, if he would have fought the competition that a lot of us have wanted him to fight, I think he very well be undisputed right now, at least unified. At least. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say undisputed in a weight class. But we can't just assume that and just say, Tank will kill him. What's the point? Tank will kill him. No, that's not how boxing works. No. You can assume all day long. We need to see it, bro. We need to see it. And so when people say that they want to see T.O. versus all these fighters, that's a good thing. I don't know why people get upset about that. This is so weird to me. It is so. Do you know how this sounds to me? Let me look. I love trying to make a comparison, right? Now, the reason why I use other sports is because I want you to understand how this sounds. I want you to understand how this mindset sounds, right? Imagine you're watching. I'm gonna just pick two random teams, right? We already know who's in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna pick two random teams. Imagine the Seahawks, the fucking Seahawks, or playing the Giants, right? And the Seahawks are blowing them out the water, bro. They putting up points everywhere. And somebody says, "Damn, they good. I want to see how they would do against Kansas City." And somebody says to you, "Kansas City? Come on, bro. Okay, but Kansas City will kill them." Ah, fuck that. And then just sit there and make it seem like you don't want to see them play. What? Like, why are you watching football then? I don't get it. Like, I want to see these fights, bro. And this is not the first time that Bob Arum has confirmed, because another thing too, it is so crazy. It is so crazy. People's perception of something, and the information is right there. The information is right there. I don't understand that, bro. I'm not talking about your opinion on something. Your perception. The information is all right there. But yet you have a different perception. Like Bob Arum, this is the second time he's came out and said, "Bro, T.O. is dead serious." When he said, and I have a clip, shout out to Fight Hub once again. They're always doing their thing because they always there and everything. But when I saw this, I'm like, bro, this isn't the first time. This isn't the first time Bob Arum came out and was like, yeah. You know, just today, before I went to the supermarket, I was home on YouTube. I was setting up a thumbnail and I saw a short with Shakur Stevenson, right? In the short, now I don't know if you guys have heard recently what Shakur Stevenson has said. So we know that T.O. has been saying all this stuff, right? Keyshawn, Terrence Bud Carwford. He even talked about Rolly. He talked about Pitbull. Remember, T.O. was supposedly cool with Rolly, right? He talked about Rolly. He took shots at everybody, bro. Everybody. Well, we know that Shakur, Keyshawn Davis, all of these guys are with Bomac and Terrence Bud Carwford in their camp, right? It's obvious, bro. All right. And I've already stated how I feel about this whole, that's my brother, I don't want to fight him. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Us as boxing fans, bro, y'all could fight and still be cool at the end. Nobody wants to hear, that's my brother, man. I don't want to fight him. Oh, we cool. We grew up together. All right, good. So then y'all should fight, make some money, right? Both y'all make some money and then fucking shake hands afterwards. Nobody wants to hear this whole, "Oh, I'm not fighting Shakur because that's my brother. I'm not fighting Keyshawn Davis. That's my brother. Oh, I'm not fighting Richardson either. That's my brother." Come on, bro. You fucking naming half of the people that are going to be in the top 5. Nobody wants to hear that shit, bro. Like, we just want to see y'all fight. That's it. Y'all gonna make a lot of money, all right? What did Mike Tyson say? And it's kind of funny that Mike Tyson said that, because didn't Mike Tyson say he didn't want to fight Riddick Bowe? Because Riddick Bowe is from Brooklyn? I could have swore. But nonetheless, Mike Tyson did say, hey, if you're friends, hey, you fight your friend, both of y'all make money, both of y'all families make money, and y'all could go whatever. You know what I mean? So T.O.'s been taking these shots at everybody and let's just call it the Crawford camp. Because he's the best fighter in that camp. And the most, even above Shakur as far as accomplishments, 2-time undisputed. Shakur, very young, accomplished it, right? Accomplished a lot of things. So before today, right, this morning, I look and I see a short. Now, I don't know if y'all heard what Shakur Stevenson said. Now, y'all know I fuck with Shakur too. But just like T.O., when he says some fuck shit, I'm going to say something. Shakur is being sensitive as hell, bro. He's being sensitive as hell with everything that somebody is saying about Shakur. He's taking it to the heart, bro, and he's getting so upset. Did y'all see that he made, and this is crazy, I know y'all seen, did y'all see Richardson Hitchens apologize for what he said about Shakur? Did y'all see that? Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Richardson Hitchens, right? Who is Shakur's boy? They've all chilled or whatever, right? He gave his opinion. He simply said that it was a boring fight. I think everybody knows Shakur's fight was boring. Everybody, whether you like Shakur, whether you don't like Shakur, whether Shakur's your favorite fighter, whether you know him personally, everybody is probably collectively in an opinion about that was not an exciting fight. That was not his best performance. I think everybody would collectively come together and say that, bro. So why Shakur would get mad because Richardson Hitchens says, hey, that wasn't a good performance. So Shakur must have got mad and said something to him. Because Richardson Hitchens is doing an interview and he literally says this. I should have clipped it, bro. I could actually pull it up too, but he literally says this. Hey, man, maybe I shouldn't have said it the way that I said it. What you mean? Wait, you didn't say F his mom or nothing like that. You just said, bro, it was a boring fight. He said, maybe I could have, maybe I shouldn't have worded it like that. Like, bro, like that tells me that Shakur Stevenson hit you up and said, yo, what you doing saying my fight was boring? Like Shakur is on this rampage of being sensitive right now, bro. And I like Shakur, bro, but I think the best thing for Shakur to do is to get another fight, right? To get another fight and put on a masterclass performance so people can forget this fight. You saying I'm going to retire and you getting mad over every time somebody says nothing, I don't think it's helping you, bro. I don't think it's helping you. In fact, what it's doing is people are actually, they're like, all I'm seeing is people say, damn, Shakur is really sensitive. Damn, Shakur. You see what I'm saying? And I fuck with Shakur. I think listen, I still think Shakur beats Devin. Okay? I don't fuck what y'all say. I still think he beats Devin. But, of course, he had something to say about Teo. So, Teo's been saying he wants to fight Crawford. He said that Keyshawn Davis or whatever, I forgot exactly what he said about him, but we already know what's going on with that. So, Shakur came out and said, he posted something. I think it was a Twitter post or something. He said something like, I've been asking to fight that whatever, Teo, right? I don't know if he called him pussy. He called him something. I've been asking to fight him. Okay. I think that's cap, number one, because I never heard when have we ever heard that he said that? Because Bob Arum has been very truthful when it comes to Teofimo Lopez. He just had an interview recently and said, the guy asked him, he said, hey, I remember around the Loma time when his contract ran out, Teo verbally and publicly was saying that he had an issue with what's going on at Top Rank. And Bob Arum said, yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. He said, but they were such minor things. That we were able to rectify it like that. So he was very truthful in the fact that Teo was upset or whatever. What's going on, brother? He was very, very truthful in the fact that what goes on with Teo. So now Bob Arum comes out now and says that Teo says he wants to fight Crawford. He's also told Top Rank, and I quote, Crawford, Haney, or Ryan Garcia. These are the options that Teo has been mentioning to Bob. And Bob came out in an interview and said that. So why everywhere I go do I see people commenting like, Teo don't want to fight this guy. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what don't you understand? What don't you understand when he says he wants to fight Crawford? What is it that you don't understand? And I don't understand why people shouldn't be screaming at their lungs for this fight, bro. That's a good fight. It's a very dangerous fight for Teo. Very dangerous fight. Very well could possibly lose that fight. But that's what makes it so exciting. That's what makes this so exciting. And I don't understand why people connect that with being a fanboy. If you're meaning fanboy of fights, yeah, you damn right. Wanting to see a fighter fight somebody is not being a fanboy. Maybe your definition of fanboy is different than mine, but my definition is this. If 90% of your channel is about one fighter, when that fighter isn't even fighting that week, that's an indication. Okay. Another thing is, if a fighter loses and you making nothing but excuses for that guy, that's another indication. Another indication that you're a fanboy is if somebody criticizes your fighter and you, or the fighter that you like, and you get emotional. These are all indicators in my eyes that make a person a fanboy. Not I want to see him fight this guy. I want to see him fight this guy. I want to see. That's not. That is a fan of boxing who wants to see a fighter fight another fighter, which should be the same goal that you have. You yourself, whether you like or dislike a fighter, should be advocating to see him fight somebody that you think he's going to lose against. If you don't like the guy, if you like, I'm tired of this guy, bro. Every time he talks shit, all he does is run his mouth. All he does is does this. He's a joker, blah, 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 right? If that's how you really feel about somebody, you should also be like, yeah, you know what? I do want to see him fight that guy because he's probably going to get knocked the fuck out, and I can't wait to see it. That's what this is where I'm getting confused at, because people are like, oh man, people, these Teofimo fans, man, they're fanboys talking about he wants to fight Crawford, he wants to fight Ryan, he wants to fight that. Like, that's a bad thing. Like, what? So if he came out and said, I don't want to fight Crawford, I don't want to fight Devin, I don't want to fight Ryan, I don't want to fight Shakur. If he came out and just, what would y'all say then? Right? So Bob Arum again comes out and mind you, I keep saying this about Bob because I'm dead serious. Bob even said it in this interview. I didn't clip the whole interview, but even Bob Arum said it, bro. Even Bob Arum said, you know how I always say, I believe Bob Arum? You know why I believe Bob Arum? And I've said this before, because he lives on a 6-month basis. I've said this before. He goes to the doctor, gets another 6 months. Go to the doctor, gets another 6 months. He's not guaranteed to live till next Wednesday. And he knows this. And he even alluded to it in an interview. He's like, listen, I'm old now. Like, I don't have time to be worrying about whether this is going to pan out or whether this is not going to pan out. I'm just trying to throw fights. Right? That's Bob Arum telling you, right? This is the same Bob Arum that came out and had no problem criticizing Terrence Bud Carwford. Had no problem while Bud was signed to him. While Bud is signed to him. Now, I don't think it was a good. I was highly against what he said to Crawford, because I don't think at no time should a promoter ever devalue his fighter. Even if you think that fighter is not doing his job per se. You're the promoter. That's your job. Your job is to bring numbers for him to, you know what I mean? Like, you do your job. So I did not agree with Bob when he went at Bud Carwford. However, he was very, very serious in when he said that he's very honest, open and honest. A couple of months ago, and T.O. brought this up during his press conference too. He said, yo, I contacted Devin. I did. He's like, I hear people saying, all I did was go after Matisse and all that. I did contact him. I did. I called him. And he said that I was drunk. And I've already been over that too. It's kind of crazy that if Devin really wants to fight T.O., right? Let me ask you a question. If you want to fight me, even though I'm not a promoter, I'm just a fighter. Let's say my promoter is Bob, let's say, right? And I call you. And I'm like, yo, what's good, man? I'm thinking about giving the people what they want. So what's good? Do you want to fight? And you say to me, man, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your boss. What does that tell you right then and there? He's already trying to disrespect me. He's trying to get me upset to be like, the first thing I'm going to say is, man, this motherfucker don't want to fight, and I'm going to move on. And that's what T.O. said. He's like, yo, I did try to contact Devin. It's just kind of crazy that Bob Arum, to me, is probably the most truthful promoter that there is. He doesn't even know he's going to live till next week. Got to understand that. He even said in this interview, I'm old. I don't have time to be caring about whether shit pans out or not. But here he is once again verifying that Teofimo is dead fucking serious when he says he wants to fight Crawford, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia. Shout out to Fight Hub. Here goes the clip right here. I clipped it.
You know, Teo has made a lot of headlines calling out Terrence Crawford. What do you make of that call? Because a lot of people were surprised that someone like Teo would call out someone like Crawford who's been just on a mean streak pretty much his whole career.
Well, you know, Teo calling out Crawford, fine. If Crawford is interested in the fight, we'll get it done. If not, we won't get it done. But it's another option that Teo has given us, the fact that he would fight either Haney or Garcia or Crawford. So, again, we'll try to make one of those matches.
Do you personally like that fight for Teo, him going against Terrence Crawford?
I think it's going to be a great fight. Does he win that fight against Crawford? I don't know. Crawford's a hell of a fighter, you know, as he proved with Spence. But Teo thinks that he can handle him. I'm not going to get in the ring with Crawford. Teo would.
Well, so here he is taking shots at everybody, right? And yet, once again, he's a joke, whatever. Listen, I don't know, bro. I hope he puts on a great performance today because let me tell you something. I think the only way for him to make it seem that he's serious is I hope he knocks out Ortiz, bro, makes a statement, and then just does what he's gonna do. Because the way that I see things now is we are at a point where I'm watching and I'm seeing people like, yo, I want to see Tank versus this guy, and I'm literally seeing people go, Tank, come on, man, Tank will knock that guy up. Okay, well, fuck it, I want to see it, bro. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? So you just assume somebody's gonna win? You don't want to see the fight? I don't understand if these people are fans or not. Like, I want to see everybody fight. I don't hate Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm a fan of Terrence Bud Crawford. In fact, I'm more upset at the fact that he only fights once a year. I want to see Bud in the ring at least 2 times, 3 times a year. I know he's in the later stages of his career, but Bud is he's a young 37. He's a young 37. He's a gym rat. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. Not that I know of. He's always been in great shape. I don't see no reason why Bud can't be fighting 2-3 times a year. At least 2. I think he's been trying to fight 2. I'm not sure. I know in the recent past with contracts held up or whatever, we should really want to see fights, bro. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it has to do with people are so emotional, whether they like or hate a fighter, that they let that get in the way of the fact that good fights can be made. Good fights can be made. And when you have people that actually are out here saying, we want to see this fight, they get called fanboys for wanting to see fights. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. I mean, like I said, bro, like I always use the NFL as an example, bro. Can you imagine if somebody says, I can't wait to see that game? Man, fucking want to see that game. The Chiefs will blow them out. Nobody wants to watch them, bro. What kind of fan are you, bro? Do you like watching football? Like, what do you mean? I want to see it. Like, that's not even disrespecting the other fighter. Ain't no disrespect to Bud, bro. Like, there's none. There is not. Like, now what Teo is saying, like, as far as the fighters go, that's between them. That's between them. But the content creators that are asking for these fights, we're just asking for fights. Like, unless somebody is purposely, shitting on Bud or whatever like that. I mean, it shouldn't be like that, bro. We just want to see fights, bro. I just want to see fights. I know for me, I want to see fights. This is the second time that that Bob Arum has came out and basically said what Teo has wanted. The first time was when everybody was going, and people still believe this to this day, because I just saw it this morning. Shakur Stevenson, like I said, he's been very sensitive lately, and I guess he doesn't like that Teo's been taking shots at Crawford, taking shots at Keyshawn, right? Also, let's not forget that anybody, absolutely anybody, that has criticized Shakur's performance in his past fight, he's gotten pissed off at anybody. I literally started off this live telling you that there's an interview with Richardson Hitchens apologizing. Maybe I shouldn't have worded it like that. All he said was it was a boring fight. The whole world said that. I have not seen not one person come out and say, bruh, that De Los Santos and Shakur fight, shit, man, that shit is on repeat. I'm watching that shit. I watch that shit before I go to work. I watch that shit when I come home. Nobody's saying that. Nobody. Absolutely nobody, bro. He's so mad that, and this ties into this whole, I don't want to fight him. That's my brother. I don't want to fight him. I'm cool with him. I don't want to fight him. I grew up with him. Bro, come on, man. You name it. Y'all sit here. Y'all got this little crew going on that y'all don't want to fight each other. But at one point in the near future, and these are good fighters. At one point, y'all going to be in the top 5 and shit, bro. I know one of y'all is only one weight class away or whatever. It doesn't matter. Y'all are still within the realm. Do you understand what I'm saying? 135, 140, 130, 130, 135. Y'all all in the same realm in my eyes, bro. How many times have we seen people move up from 130 to 135? Chris Colbert moved up from 130 to 135. No warm-up fights. Went straight for El Rayo, right? Ortiz today. Jermaine Ortiz is moving up from 135 to 140. Navarrete was supposed to move up from 130 to 135 to fight Shakur. So it's always within the realm. The 130, the 135, the 140. And here y'all are making a pact. I don't want to fight this man. I grew up with him. That's my brother. Now there's like 3 of y'all. Now there's like 4 of y'all. Y'all got this pact going on, right? And at some point in the near future, y'all going to be in the top 5. And the fans are going to be calling for the fight. And instead of y'all making money and shaking hands afterwards, y'all ain't got to be disrespectful in the press conference. Y'all going to sit there and go, I don't want to fight, man. No, that's my brother. You see how quick Teo made it clear that, cool at Rolly. But he took shots at Rolly too. He took shots at Rolly. He took shots at Pitbull. He took shots at Shakur. He took shots at Keyshawn. He took shot at Crawford. He took shots at anybody that he could fight. I don't know if y'all noticed that. He took shots at anybody that he could literally possibly fight. And I just showed you the clip where the second time where Bob Arum says that Teo has made it clear to him that he wants to fight Crawford, Devin Haney, or Ryan after tonight, which he's still got to get past Jermaine Ortiz. Who knows what could happen tonight? Ortiz could win. That shit is all down the drain. But the point of my live is that I think people get confused of what the word fanboy is. People saying they want to see him fight other fighters is not a fanboy, bro. If Jermaine Ortiz wins tonight and I come on live and I say, damn, bro, like, no, but this is why Teo lost. And this is why Teo lost. This is why. That's a fanboy, bro. If after the fight is over, and we got, I don't know, we got Tyson Fury and Usyk coming up, right? That fight is coming up. I know it's canceled. I'm just saying, I'm making an example. Let's say that fight's coming up. But yet I'm still talking about Teo every day. That's a fanboy in my. You got some of these outlets that I've already been through it. I believe they have some sort of, and when I say on payroll, sometimes I got to be specific because I think people, they take my words and they twist my words. When I say payroll, I do not actually mean that there's a company with your fucking name on it and he's actually writing you checks with your name. That's not what I mean when I say payroll. What I mean is that you are benefiting, you are voluntarily knowing that you have a relationship with this guy and you know that the more you pump out his name, right, you get stuff in return, whether that be via super chats, whether that be backstage access, which I don't blame you. And I've already said that, made that clear. I don't blame people for doing that. I just don't like it when people try to make it seem like we're dumb and we don't see that. You know what I mean? That's all. But then again, you could do whatever you want on your channel. Just like I do whatever I want over here. But people have this misconception or this notion that like, so wanting to see Teo fight other fighters is considered being a fanboy. No, it's not, bro. No, that's a fan of boxing. Terrence Crawford is going to be the favorite if he fights Teofimo Lopez. He could possibly knock Teo out. Wanting to see the fight is something you should want as well. Whether you like a fighter or don't like a fighter, you watch boxing, you claim to be a boxing fan, you should be watching all fights and be wanting to see all fights. I understand there is certain fights out there that maybe the public doesn't want to see because maybe another fighter is more deserving at that time. That I can understand. Like people were saying, you know, why is Thurman getting a shot at Tim Tszyu? Well, he's not. Actually, he's not. The belt isn't even on the line. But it's understandable to hear somebody say, well, Erickson Lubin is more deserving. That is true. That is true. Let's not act like that if Erickson Lubin would have got the fight with Tim Tszyu, let's not sit here and pretend there wouldn't be people out here going, you know, I don't know, man. That fight with Ramos was kind of close. I think Erickson Lubin lost that fight. He shouldn't be getting this shot. He should be rematching Ramos, right? That's just part of boxing. That's just part of how it is, bro. But I do understand if maybe you don't want to see a fight because maybe another fighter is more deserving. But I'm trying to get through to the people that literally get disgusted when they hear that Teo wants to fight these other guys. And it's like, you take that as an offense. This is boxing. This is what they do for a living. This is what they get paid for. You should want to see that. If you don't like Teo, you should want to see him get knocked out. Been over this a million times. I don't know if you guys like it. I don't know if you guys like it. I don't like some of these guys going around saying, that's my brother, I wouldn't fight him. That's my brother, I wouldn't fight him. I mean, look, it's so crazy that Richardson Hitchens felt like he needed to apologize for criticizing Shakur Stevenson's performance, which the whole world criticized this performance. The whole world. Whether you like him, whether you don't like him, everybody was like, and it wasn't just him, it's De Los Santos too. You can't just put all the blame on Shakur. De Los Santos threw an all-time low too, all right? So it was both of them. So he comes out and says, hey, man, that was a boring-ass fight. And now Shakur must have said something to him because now he feels, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have worded it like that. What do you mean you shouldn't have worded it like what? Were you going to say it in a nice way? That was the best bad performance I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was bad, but it was the best bad performance. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. It's a bad performance. Move on. Of course, now Shakur, upset with what Teo was doing, which is understandable, makes a comment. I've been asking to fight this pussy for the longest. Really? This is the first time I'm hearing it. This is the first time I'm hearing you even publicly say that you. Okay, and if you didn't, and I'm gonna tell you why that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because y'all both with ESPN and Bob Arum has made it clear from what I just showed you on that clip. Bob Arum has made it clear that Teo is serious when he says he wants to fight Crawford, he wants to fight Haney, he wants to fight Ryan Garcia, he wants to make these best fights happen. The information is right in front of your eyes. But you'll go to like the weigh-in or something, or you'll go to like something else and you'll see like I literally what kind of prompted me to make this live today is because I saw the short of Shakur Stevenson being upset with everything that Teo has said. Get in line. He's pissed off everybody this week. Said something, and underneath the comments, I'm reading people like, I doubt Teo would take that fight. I doubt, man. Yeah, Teo doesn't want difficult fights. Like, what? Like, wait, are y'all even watching, bro? And then even when Bob Arum comes out and says it, y'all still don't believe it. Bob Arum, I'm telling you, bro, he may not be the greatest promoter, but he's been around the longest. He even says in the interview, I'm too old. He literally said, I'm too old to be worrying about whether shit pans out or not. I just, the time that I have left, I just want to put these fights on. The same Bob Arum that had no problem, which I highly disagree. Like I said, I highly disagree. Saying that, the money I spent on Crawford, I could have bought a house in Beverly Hills. I don't agree with, you're a promoter. You should never do that to your fighter. especially on air. But that just goes to show you that old man does not hold his tongue for nobody, bro. For nobody. When he was going through it with Teo, when Teo was feeling a certain way about his contract with Loma, if you go watch the full interview, go watch it. He speaks about it. He says, yeah, Teo made it clear to me that he was upset. And the guy's like, so what was he upset at? He's like, well, not to get into specifics, but things in his contract that these are little things, Bob says. These are little things. Like, I didn't know they were upsetting him, which he kind of, come on, you should know if you're not paying him enough and shit like that anyway. But still, he's like, these are little things. But, I went up to him and I said, hey, look, Teo, we could change this. And we did. And we got an extension. He came out and said, we were supposed to have a meeting with Bill Haney and Devin Haney for trying to do negotiations with Teo and Devin, and go see what he said. He said they never showed up. And I think if they did, when they did, they weren't mentioning anybody but Teo. They were talking about everybody else. Now, I'm not saying that Devin's ducking him. I'm just saying this information is out there. This information is out there. Shout out to what's that channel? I think HLD gave me the name of them before. I just saw them today. It's like A&M Sports or something. It's two brothers. They got a show together. They were the ones where I saw the one where Devin Haney admits that Teofimo Lopez called him during this whole time. During this whole time with the whole Matisse thing and everything, because you had people saying, well, how come he isn't calling out Devin? And they have it on there that Devin said, yeah, he did call me, but you know what? He was drunk. I think he was drunk. I told him, I don't want to speak to you. I want to speak to your boss. So that's what you say? Okay, so he's calling you to say, hey, bro, what's up, man? You want to put this fight? No, yeah, I get it. Bob Arum is his promoter. Teo's the one hopping in the ring. If Teo goes to Bob and says, look, Bob, I want Devin. Can we make it work? I'm pretty sure Bob will probably do it. He just said he would. So that's openly out there. And people will still say, oh, he didn't want to fight him. And I don't understand, because you guys are like denying the truth and don't want to see the fight. Wait, what is it? Y'all don't want to see the fight? Y'all don't want to see that? Like y'all don't want to see Tank versus anybody? Like, I hear people say, well, Tank will kill that guy. Like, no, what's the point? What do you mean, what's the point? I'd like to see it, bro. I don't care whether it's versus Frank Martin. Listen, Tank isn't going to fight nobody at Top Rank. Tank isn't going to fight nobody in the zone. Fine. Well, then fight the next best up, bro. Frank Martin, I don't know. Maybe Antoine Russell can move back down to 135 for a fight. I don't know. But what do we hear? What do we hear? And I don't know how true this is, but what do we hear? That he's probably thinking about trying to talk to Conor Benn like Devin is. Yeah, didn't y'all just make it clear that y'all not moving anywhere from 135? Like, because the whole thing with Devin is, if you want to fight Tank, you're going to fight him at 135. And they always make a huge issue about how much Devin rehydrates, which they got a point. Which I've always been like, if you can make the weight, you can make the weight. I've always been like, hey, if you can make the weight, you can. This whole weight bully shit, I'm always like, bro, the weight cut is the hardest thing. You hear fighters all the time say weight cuts are the hardest thing. So I've never been like, weight bully. But damn, when I see somebody rehydrate that much, okay, I can understand. Maybe you want a rehydration clause, fine. But y'all say that y'all only gonna fight him at 135. So why y'all even thinking about talking to Conor Benn? And if Devin wants to fight Conor Benn and wants to put out the best fights out there, or the most competitive fights, right? Why don't you fight Boots? Is that crazy, y'all? Do y'all think that's crazy? I mean, Teo can call out Crawford. I think it's legit. Like, people call him crazy. Like, y'all don't think you think it's crazy because Devin's already thinking about trying to fight Conor Benn after a lackluster performance. So why not just fight Boots? You're insane. You're insane. Why? Why? Boots is just waiting for anybody to send him some shit. He might even fight what's his name? Jamal James. I just don't understand this mentality that. And then listen, man, let's make it clear. Let me make one thing clear. And I don't want to be too long because it's fight night. Let me make one thing clear, man. Everybody likes a fighter. Pause. When I say like, you know what I mean. I always got to say pause because we live. This is a gay community. This is I don't have any problem with gay people. YouTube, please. That shit came out wrong. I don't have any problem with gay people. I do not. Live your life how you want to live your life. That's just not how I roll. And I do not walk around with men's things in my damn phone. Okay, there's a lot of these guys do. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Everybody that watches boxing or watches any combat sport or any sport likes certain teams, players, or fighters more than they do others. If they tell you they don't, they are lying to you. They are lying to you. They are lying to you. There's no way that you like every fighter the exact same. It's not even possible. It's not even possible. With personalities and the way that humans think, it's not possible. We all have bias. We all have bias. It just matters how you deal with your bias. Don't let it get in the way of fact, and don't let it control somebody. If somebody's making a point, don't let your biasness be all stubborn and to the fact that where you can't even accept truth anymore. You know what I mean? So like we all like certain things more than others, right? Just the same way we like certain foods more than others. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not a fanboy for wanting to see Teofimo fight Crawford or wanting to see Devin fight Boots or wanting to see Tank move up and fight Crawford. You're not. It might be wishful thinking with some of these things, like the whole Tank and Crawford, or maybe Crawford and Canelo. I mean, they might do it now, whatever. But still, even with that, it doesn't make you a fanboy. I mean, you want to see the fight. Last I checked, a fanboy is if Teofimo loses tonight. And people start saying, oh, well, this is why he lost. And this is why he lost. And this is why he lost. That, to me, is fanboying. And Teo versus Crawford is a very dangerous fight, bro. I'm not going to say, now, I don't know about everybody else. But I'm gonna be absolutely true when I say to you, I believe that Crawford would be the favorite in that fight, and I would not be surprised if somebody gets knocked out in that fight. I mean, but that's the beauty of wanting to see the fight. It doesn't. You shouldn't be like, damn, like you a fanboy for wanting to see that. That's it. I just find it. I just hope people really pay attention to the things, some of the things that, you know, first of all, Bob Arum's not going to be around. I hate to say it, but Bob Arum's not going to be around for a long time. He's not, unfortunately. We all got to go someday. But this is the second time that he's came out and said something like this.
You know, Teo has made a lot of headlines calling out Terence Crawford. What do you make of that call? Because a lot of people were surprised that someone like Teo would call out someone like Crawford who's been just on a mean streak pretty much his whole career.
Well, you know, Teo calling out Crawford, fine. If Crawford is interested in the fight, we'll get it done. If not, we won't get it done. But it's another option that Teo has given us, the fact that he would fight either Haney or Garcia or Crawford. So, again, we'll try to make one of those matches.
Do you personally like that fight for Teo, him going against Terence Crawford?
I think it's going to be a great fight. Does he win that fight against Crawford? I don't know. Crawford's a hell of a fighter, you know, as he proved with Spence. But Teo thinks that he can handle him. I'm not going to get in the ring with Crawford. Teo would.
I put the gunshots there because it was years ago when Teo made it clear, I'm not fighting at 135 no more. I'm moving up to 140, then possibly 147. This is what is so crazy about it, though. Everything that he said, for the most part, has came true. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Said you wanted to fight Loma, right? Way before. Saying his father was out saying he wanted to fight Loma around the time that Tank is on camera. Tank is on camera saying, yeah, you know that fight. Yeah, you know Loma. Yeah, that's a fight. Yeah, maybe 5 years down the line. Yeah, maybe 5 years down the line. Then a couple years later, he said the same exact thing. Devin, before Devin became undisputed and Teo was going to fight Kambosos, I've already told y'all. I was on a panel with Teo Sr., told me he was going after Josh Taylor. This is before Teofimo's loss. Still kept his word. Had a couple of fights at 140 and went up and fought Josh Taylor. Kept his word. Now you hear Bob Arum was about to say Al Heyman. We don't ever see Al Heyman. I don't even know if he exists anymore. Bob Arum, you hear him clearly coming out for the second time. It's the second time now. It's not the first time. It's the second time. Saying, yeah, Teo wants to fight Bud. He wants to fight Devin. He wants to fight Ryan. And so it's good. It's good that he's giving us all these options because these are the fights that we're going to want to make. Around the time, and you can ask who knows more about the situation. I know that when Bob Arum came out around the time and said, we were supposed to have a meeting with Bill Haney and Devin Haney, and they never showed up in regards to talking about Teo. People literally tried to either shoot that down or disregard it. He's his promoter. He's supposed to say that. Yeah, it's the same guy that doesn't hold his tongue. It's the same guy who doesn't give a shit because he's old as hell. And he even talked about his own damn fighters publicly and live. And when Teo was upset at the contract, he went at Teo too. Bob Arum don't give a fuck, bro. So you don't necessarily have to like anybody, but I mean, bam, we should all collectively come together as a and say, yes, we want to see these fights, bro. Now, I'm not saying they always listen to us because obviously they don't always listen to us, but the past has shown that if enough people show interest in a fight, they listen. They listen. Bud Carwford and Errol Spence caused so much drama behind the scenes that you had people threatening other people with their lives, bro. Their lives. I'm going to come kill you. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. For years, bro. For years. I think, I forgot if it was the fighter or if it was Al Heyman. No, it wasn't Al Heyman himself, but somebody in PBC had made a comment and said he had to make that fight. He had to make that fight. That fight was unavoidable. Spence versus Carwford was unavoidable. Too many people had been talking about it. Too many people wanted it. Spence wanted it. Spence wanted it. And this is even if Al Heyman can see the future and say, damn, you know, Carwford's style is all bad for him, you know, and damn, you know, and he's one of our money makers over here, you know, even with all that, he knew he had to make that fight, bro. So we don't always dictate the fights that are put on, but if enough people ask for it, I believe that it does have some persuasion, bro. Okay, man. Let me hop off, Tycho. I appreciate it, man. Hey, yo, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna try to go live a little bit later, but if not, if I don't see y'all, man, y'all have a blessed weekend, early weekend, Super Bowl weekend, and I'll try to be on as soon as possible. Hey, win, lose, or draw, I hope Teo makes a statement because I not only do y'all know I fuck with Teo, but I also believe that by him making a statement opens up the door for these other great fights, bro. Because I want to see great fights. I may not be the biggest Devin Haney fan, but I would like to see Devin Haney versus shit. If he was to say he wanted to fight Boots, do you know how much respect I would give Devin for? Like if he said I'll fight Boots, bro, I would be like, yo, Devin, all right, bro. Like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I hate Devin, so no, I don't know. Shit, I want to see these fights, bro. And with that, bro, this is Shadow Ghost. I'm out, man.